Yo. DNA is going to be one of the most important things that we look at here in second semester. And so it's really important to get a good understanding of what the structure of DNA is made out of. And if we remember back from our biochemistry unit, each DNA molecule is composed up of nucleotides, all right? And I've used little Legos to show you what a nucleotide looks like, all right? You have a sugar, all right, which would be the white piece up here, a phosphate, which is the yellow, and then a nitrogen base. And if you remember, those nitrogen bases consist of cytosine, guanine, adenine, or thymine. Only certain base pairs will match up with each other. For example, C will only pair up with G, and A will only pair up with T. A couple things to remember about DNA is that DNA is double-stranded. So you're going to have one group of nucleotides running up one side and then another group running up another side, all right? And DNA is double-stranded that way, all right? So if we take the nucleotides and we build them, all right, so we take one nucleotide and use it as our base, and then we build on each other, you notice how it starts to look like a ladder in a way, all right? You got sugar, phosphate, sugar, phosphate, sugar, phosphate, and so on all the way down, all right? And each of these are the nitrogen bases that we've been talking about, all right? So it builds up this way, and these are hundreds of thousands of nucleotides long, all right? Each one of these, the sequence of the A's, T's, C's, and G's codes for genes that are being produced inside of our body, whether it be the ability to metabolize carbohydrates or the ability to grow beautiful brown hair or beautiful blue eyes. I think you get the right idea here. And again, so we've got our DNA molecule, our single strand of DNA here with sugar, phosphate, and our nitrogen bases A, T, A, C, and G. All right. Notice that the second strand of DNA runs the opposite direction. Notice I'm not putting it in exactly the way it should go if this were normal Legos. And that's because DNA has directionality. So if you look at the top of the Legos are on top here, but here the top of the Legos are actually on the bottom. So this one runs from top to bottom. This one runs from bottom to top. Okay, it's called directionality, and we're going to focus more on that when we get to replication. It's really important. It has to do with the way that the sugar is arranged on the near the nitrogen base. But notice how they pair up. You've got, let's just say that this is A, this goes with T, right? This is T, this goes with A with T. C, say this green one is C, blue would be G, G, and C. They always pair up that way. So if we know the amount of C, we know that we have the exact same amount of G, and same for A and T. So we can figure all of that out mathematically. So make sure you understand how important this molecule is. Remember that they're made up of nucleotides. Each nucleotide contains three things: a sugar, a phosphate, a nitrogen base. And each of these is built upon itself. You notice how it looks like a ladder. Now, the only thing that's wrong with this model is the fact that it's not twisted. If you would remember, DNA is in a double helix structure, so this would twist a little bit as you would go up. All right, I can't show that here because Legos are difficult to do that with. But I think you get the idea of what I'm going with here. All right, so again, make sure you understand the simple, basic structure of DNA. Really, really important, because this codes for just about everything that happens in our body. It is the code of life. And knowing how it is built and how it is arranged is the first step to knowing a whole lot more about DNA and how it works.